Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be reacting to Zero from the Ace Combat Zero original soundtrack for the very first time. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. This is Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. Welcome back. I am so happy to be recording and spending some nice quality time with you listening to some awesome music. Today, I hope it's awesome. I'm sure it is awesome. We're going to be listening to the Ace Combat Zero original soundtrack. I also saw maybe this game is called Ace Combat Zero The Balkan War. I don't actually know if those are two different games. The song is called Zero, and it came out in 2006. That's when the game released in looks like all countries, although there was a staggered release. And looks like the composers are Kaiki Kobayashi, Tetsukazu Nakanishi, Hiroshi Okubo, Junichi Nakatsuru. So I don't know if all four of those worked on this song in particular. My exposure to the Ace Combat series is very minimal. I have Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown, on my Steam account. I played the first 3 levels. uh, we did play an Ace Combat game long ago when I was still in like junior high school. I don't know which one it was. It probably wasn't on a PlayStation though, because we were always Nintendo guys. So who knows? Anyway, enough of that. Let's listen to the song. It is 5 minutes, 10 seconds. I am super duper excited to hear it because I have always seen people reacting to Ace Combat music and stuff, but I don't watch those videos because I have a reaction channel and I need to preserve that stuff for my own channel. So let's go. Ace Combat Zero. Okay, so this sounds kind of like what I've heard, going into Ace Combat 7. I can already feel we're gonna go places, Oh, I actually do have chills. That almost never happens. Gotten up an octave. Okay, initial impressions. I mean, you've got a little bit of a technological element with that kind of synth thing going on at the very beginning. This has got a very airy kind of lifted octaves or string thing going on. It feels very, sky. What am I trying to say? It's conjuring images of the sky. It feels like we're in the sky when we're hearing this song here, and that the kind of guitar work in the back, it sort of it's driving things along, and it's building towards something. I don't know what it's building towards, but it sounds cool. I mean, it really does sound cool already. And this starting at a certain point on the scale and then lifting up an octave. I'm guessing it was a whole octave up. I'm not a music theory guy. It's already kind of heightening the expectations. It already feels like, a battle could break out at any second. It's got this kind of heroic vibe to it. And I am really liking this so far. So let's back it up a bit. It just makes me want to, move. beautiful vocal. I'm just gonna have to back it up, and we're just gonna have to talk about it. There's a lot happening. So I understand musically why they're doing this, and I think it's perfect because this is a game about dog fighting, fighter pilots and all that. I know that what the franchise is about, at least in those terms. I don't know what the storyline of any of the games is, but it, you had this sort of build and this drive and this energy and this approaching a clash, and then it's like you crested through the clouds, and all of that is way down there. I make sure my hands are on screen, but you're way up here. All of it's way down there. You've broken through, and you're at a vantage point where the whole world is below you. Everything is below you. All that combat, all that stuff. That a lot of the instrumentation is still there, but when those vocals come in and everything sort of fades away, and we have this new shift in focus, this new kind of placement of the instruments, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And that's exactly what they're doing musically, in the sonic space. They're creating that fighter pilot above the fray. That's pretty cool, you know? Let's back it up. And it kind of becomes this halftime. It's not that you're separate from the fray, it's that you can see it and you know that you're above it, and then you've got to rejoin it, perhaps. It's that sort of romanticized combat, Really high note. Kind of flamenco, castanets in the back. And this is like back in, Got clapping in the back. It's so good. This is so good. I really do have chills. I don't know if you can see it. It makes me feel like this has got to be like the last level or something. What a cool solo. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I have to pause it. I can't, almost can't stand to pause it because of how amazing this is, but this sudden entrance of a whole chorus, a whole choir, you've got just that one lone singing voice. So I wonder if they're doing something cool like, the protagonist is female and like, or the main antagonist perhaps is female, where you have this sort of, isolated voice and the focal point is just on this one character. And then as you re enter the fray, as the flamenco guitar solo and the castanets and the action and the energy and the gunfire and all those things start happening again, then you also have the emergence of this choir, because now there's gun emplacements on the sides of the mountain, and there's, you know, all of these other things happening, armored trucks and tanks and anti-air emplacements and enemy fighters and enemy bombers, all of these things happening. The one thing I do remember from the old Ace Combat that we played was this crazy Sky Fortress thing with like tons and tons of guns all over it. An absurdly large uh, plane with tons of weapons on it. So something like that. I don't know if that's what's going on, but I mean, sonically and musically, it's so gripping to have that whole choir come in. You think of something like the Skyrim theme, which is choir from the very get-go, and that's cool and intense, but it's like it's overdone. The whole thing is like, oh yeah, I kind of get that it's this intense choir piece. I kind of get that, right? It's a male choir, Fusroda and all that. But this, I wasn't expecting a choir to come in. It's that artful placement. It's the fact that it doesn't have that at the beginning that makes the entrance of the choir so much more powerful. And this is cool. I'm just going on. I'm going to ramble about this all day. That's okay. But hopefully I can catch where the choir comes back in. Let's go. I'm back up. Never mind. Okay, let's listen. Isn't that like, I'm so sorry to pause, that descending, that kind of descending thing that, I don't know why it makes me do this with my hand, but that little line, it's almost like that's a plane bursting into flame and falling out of the sky, right? Those are the losses that are being incurred in this epic combat or whatever's happening. It's like, it's so evocative of what it's surely portraying. Surely I'm not that off base. And this is like the one non-dogfighting mission or something. But that's what I'm hearing there. It's that human loss, that human voice that's fading down out of the sky. And it's not like planes fall out of the sky like that. My hands are just doing this today, okay? But that's so cool. All right. All right. Last time. Let's go. What a cool little thing. Been several like key changes. At least I'm gonna call them a key change. Nice long sustained notes, cymbal crashes. And then here we are above the clouds again, right? I wonder if maybe it's raining on this mission or something. It's like that whole section was a passage through the combat zone, right? And then you're sweeping out and away above the whole thing and repositioning to re-enter to make another pass. And, there's this kind of uncertainty there. Like, are you going to make it the next time you go in? Gosh, it was a really good vocalist. Is this a fade-out ending? Oh, I'm going to be upset. Okay. I'm sure it just repeats the whole mission. Gosh, Gosh, that's cool. That is so cool. What an incredible song. Um, a little bit reminded me of like the Xenoblade Chronicles X soundtrack at the very beginning. There's a couple of tracks that sort of have that a little bit of techno element, kind of sweeping strings, sweeping kind of instrumentation. And I mean, that's totally rad. It's not a bad thing at all to be compared to that soundtrack. It's very unique, very cool. But I mean, like I say, it does kind of remind me of the little bit of Ace Combat 7 that I've experienced. I do not remember the soundtrack at all from the game that I played many years ago. Part of that is probably brain injury related, but part of that is it's just been a really, really long time. I doubt I would remember it if I listened to it. So, oh my goodness. Now surely, like I say, surely that is like a final boss or something and not just like a random piece of music from the game. Is very climactic, very, very intense. If the whole soundtrack is like that, I mean, I probably just need to stop what I'm doing and just go play Ace Combat Zero instead of, whatever weekend plans I had. But awesome. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. So, if you want me to listen to more Ace Combat music, please tell me. There is a link over on Buy Me a Coffee to a request form, and you can fill it out even if you are not a supporter of the channel. Now, if you want to give a special call out to some particular song or video that you want me to react to, best way to do that is to throw a donation up on there. But I wanted everybody to be able to request music, so please do that if you're so inclined, and it will get into the list, the spreadsheet I'm looking at right now. It is very long, so there's no guarantees. But, I'm trying to stick to video game music now because there's so much less copyright difficulty with these pieces than there is with like doing some of the major artists that we've done here in the past on the channel. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Thank you all so much for being here. I just can't stand how fun this is. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon or evening or whatever time zone you're in. And I'm going to see you back here again soon, I hope. Until next time, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.